Good morning, everybody. Let's get started on our next project. These are, from the last video, I showed you the sneak peek of the Western knives. I did look up where these came from originally, but I forgot. They are USA made. Now, what we're going to do, this one is the one that gets the stag handle. Hang on. This camera jiggled around here. Now, this leather is very dry, old, cracked. So we're going to take it off. You see, it's just not much to it. Just tap on it a few times and then we'll get it all off of there. I don't have to tap it, we'll just start doing like that. And that one's out the door. And of course there's no saving this, so that's why we're going to go back with stag. And it will look fantabulous. I have another one of these. This one, I have another one that's been here way too long that I've got to figure out. I think I'm going to go stag on it too. Just like that. Now we get all this off and we'll get all this rust cleaned up and get it treated so it won't rust again. That's why mainly I don't want to go back with stacked leather. So we want to stop this rust forever. Alright, there we go. Got the leather off. Now one of these buttons came out. It is laying right here somewhere. We'll put that back in, or maybe we'll take the other one out to match it. We'll see. And we'll glue that one back in. Well, these are rotten too. Maybe we'll just take these out and leave the other ones. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, it'll look very nice anyway. Yep, that one broke right out too. We better go on and get rid of those. Now, do it that way. Now, I'm going to go over to the grinder and get up most of this surface rust off here. And then we'll get the wire wheel and get this. Between the wire wheel and grinder, we'll get it all. So, we'll be right back. Alright, we got it all cleaned up. Rust is off, most of it. Now we're going to use this product right here. Stops rust, kills it. Very, very expensive, but it doesn't take much. I got just a little bit in that cap right there. And this will have to sit overnight. And the good thing about it is once you put this on there, you don't need to do anything else to it. Actually ready for if you're going to paint. It's actually what it's made for. And this is aluminum, so it won't turn that dark. If you want to fool with one of these two pins here is what holds it in. I did a batch of these a couple years back, I think it was. And I took them all off because that's what the man wanted, everything off of it. Put them back on and it was very, very aggravating getting them back on and making everything straight. So if it's not necessary to take it off, which it's not this time, I'm not going to take it off. So I'm down inside there. Like that. Now we'll set this clamp it in the vise, let it sit overnight, and got about 3 hours in this morning. It is or afternoon, whatever it is. It's time to rest. Plus it's Sunday, so let's go rest. Be back in a couple of days with this. Good morning, everybody. It's been a few days since I've been to the shop. Another week of treatments down. That's 3 down and 2 3/4 to go. So I guess you can say we're on the down stretch, the home stretch, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, have not felt like getting out this week and doing anything. Like I said, after the drive over and the drive back, it's just about always got to stop and pick something up. I had to stop and get medication this week, and it's just hard to get back out. But we're out today, ahead of the storms. So anyway, here's the Western we left off with, and I have stag cut for it and bit. I'm going to epoxy these on, let it set for a few hours. Hope I can get it done today, and then we'll come back and flatten it, grind it, do a little bit of what do you call it, jigging. Jig it a little bit, put the stain on it, then we'll come back and do all the polishing and all that neat stuff. So I'm not going to bore you with mixing up epoxy. Mix up a little bit, glue both sides on, let it dry, and we'll work on this little one a little bit while we're waiting on that. That one's going to be fairly easy. So there we go. That's what we got going right now. All right, clamped up in the vise. We'll let that up. What do you call it? Cure? Can't even think. It was a piece of stag similar to that, but I just cut it to length and cut it in half. Trimmed it on the sander. Now let's get to this little dude here. Get the camera going here. Now this one is in really good shape, the handle. So I'm gonna put this in some neat's foot oil and soak it for a couple hours. Get some hydration back in it. Nothing's loose, it feels really good. Then we'll wipe it off and see what it looks like and polish it real well, and then seal it up. Now this one they come a little bit thinner, but this one has been used and sharpened a lot over the years, but it's still fine. Good little knife. We can still get a good edge on it. Okay, we'll work on that. We'll be back. All right, let's get the camera set up here. All right, our epoxy has dried. Our stag handle is on. Now I put 2 brass pins in. Remember that hollow piece in there? And pin them down good. That will actually act like 2 little clamps. Now the epoxy to the frame would probably never come off, but that's just a insurance, and it looks cool. Now before I put any finish on the handle, we're going to go ahead and take it over to the buffer and buff it up real nice, get everything smooth. We'll clean it off, and then I'm not going to have to jig this one. You can see there's some natural jigging still in there, the shape of the antler. And before I put the clear coat on, I'll put a little bit of dark stain in there to highlight that, just a little bit. And then we'll put the clear coat on at the very end. So, walk down here to the buffers and I'll show y'all what I did over here. I hadn't changed buffing wheels in forever. So, I had these in a box ready to do, I just never did it, so now they're dead. So we're going to buff and polish And when we get the handle all done dry, probably tomorrow, we will polish the blade and get that, because that's not in bad shape. All right, we'll see it in a little bit. All right, all polished up. I cleaned it off with acetone really well to get the little bit of compound off. It looks pretty good now, but we want to seal this antler, this stag. And this is elk stag, by the way. Had a pretty straight piece of elk horn. That was pretty cool. Polished. Now I'm going to tape off the metal and the brass, so we don't want any finish on that. On the spine is okay. So let's do that. I'm going to hand brush the finish on instead of using spray, and we'll see it again shortly. Alright, while the handle's drying on the big knife, I went ahead and took this out of the oil. Come out really nice. I buffed it and polished it up really nice. Put a nice little edge on there. And there's not a lot of blade left on there. It's still got a lot of use to it, but a light use, I would say. Looks really, really, really nice. Just like that. And I decided to clean the sheath up, mink oil it. When you start cleaning up this old stuff, you find stuff you don't realize is there. On the back, you probably won't be able to see it, but scratched in this leather says 1962. How cool is that? The year I was born. 1962 was 62 years ago. That is really, really cool. So we're going to put this one back in. I'm sure the owner knew it was in there. He probably the one that put it in there. Anyway, it's there. It's very faint, but it's still there. All I did was clean it up a little bit, put some mink oil on it, and polished it out a little bit. And that one is ready to go. Back to South Dakota. Now let's check the handle on the other one and see if it's dry. If it's dry by now, then I can get the blade polished and sharpened, clean up that sheath, and it will be ready to go. Alright, looks very, very good. It's technically almost dry enough to do, but I'm gonna give it a little bit, couple more hours, maybe even overnight. I've been out here a good while this morning, and I'm getting really tired. So we're just gonna let it hang for a little while. If I feel like coming back this afternoon and doing some more, I will. If not, I've got all day tomorrow. We can finish this one up, and then they'll both be ready to go. Alright, y'all, it is the next morning, almost afternoon. Moved down this way in the shop because it's raining. Tin roof's ringing over there. Handle has dried very nicely. Looks very good. That part is ready. Now we're going to uncover the blade, do the polish and sharpen on it. Unwrap it for you real quick. It's not in bad shape. It's just got a little surface rust on it. And the camera down there, see what I'm doing. And this is all I'm going to do today. I have another job. Y'all remember I mentioned the holsters? Those are all but done, and I'll finish them up tomorrow. Okay, we're going to clean off this surface rust, polish, and we'll be done. Alright, y'all, we're done. Now, like I said, I think he said he's going to build new sheaths for these, but I went ahead and cleaned both of them up, cleaned this one up. Just wipe the dirt off of it, dust, a little bit of mink oil. Now check the back real good. You know, that one had a date on it, 1962, the little one, but this one doesn't have anything. But it is the original sheath, pretty sure. And once I got this blade buffed out, cleaned up, this thing has never been sharpened. It's brand new. So it's sharp now. Now I had just a little bit of pitting in there. It's a little bit of weird scratching up here. I don't know what that is. That's dust on it. There we go, right there. Western USA. Made in Boulder, Colorado in the day. It's got a number right there. I don't know what that number means. L66. Maybe 1966. Anyway, the Stag came out very, very nice. Everything polished up good. Now, Western Knife Company, like I said, started in Boulder, Colorado in 1911. And then over the years, they was absorbed by Camillus USA, which, if I remember right, 2007, Camillus and these all went out of business. Now they are owned by, what did it say, Acme United Corporation or something or another. And if you get anything that says Western new today, or Camillus, it is made in, said Asia, so we know what that means. But not this. This is the real deal. Now, I also looked at prices. These are selling for, in rough bad shape, from $60 all the way up to nice restored and like this up to $300. So very valuable knife, as is this one. So there's the pair right there, ready to go back to South Dakota. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you for your support. And shop is closed for today. This rain beating on the tin roof is driving me nuts. So there we go. See y'all next time.